Hello citizens and welcome back. In today's video I would like to talk about the recently announced updates to Arena Commander, why they are important and why is CIG putting so much effort into improving Arena Commander. As always, if you like this video, sacrifice a like and a comment to the YouTube algorithm and subscribe for more. And here's a shout out to our amazing patrons for their support of the channel and the Armory. Arena Commander was one of the first modules to become playable for Star Citizen, along with the Hangar module and Star Marine. But since then it has gone through very minimal changes over the years. There was some glimmer of hope then when Theaters of War was announced that Arena Commander might get some updates as well, but that project has since been put on the back burner or scrapped. But we recently learned that CIG now have a dedicated Arena Commander team, and in the previous patch we saw some back-end improvements to the mode. Now in 3.20 there's a huge amount of changes coming to the front end, along with new maps and new game modes. There will also finally be the ability to multi-crew ships. Personally, I am also looking forward to the experimental game modes and especially the Tonk Royale. However, the most interesting change is that CIG can now bring object containers or areas directly from the PU into Arena Commander with very limited effort. Currently, the plan is to use this to bring in the racetracks from the PU into Arena Commander so people can access them more easily. My understanding is that they will eventually extend this by adding FPS maps based on FPS areas like the Orson platforms or Jump Down. Also, SPK will be available as FPS and a dogfighting map, so maybe there's some opportunity for a combined arms game mode there. I think it would even be possible to bring in some dynamic events like the Siege of Orson, which would be pretty interesting, but I don't think CIG would ever do that, even though I think it would improve performance and make management a bit easier if CIG ran dynamic events in Arena Commander as a part of the experimental game modes. Of course, this would only be a temporary measure to improve performance in the PU, which seems to go down with every dynamic event. This change is also interesting because bringing areas from the PU into Arena Commander gives the players an opportunity to test their ships and skills in environments that they will actually encounter during their time in the PU. Now, this all seems like CIG are building a game within a game, and that's exactly what's happening. Arena Commander is almost completely separated from the PU and it even has its own release cycle. This might make some backers unhappy as it seems just like another side quest CIG are taking that takes away attention from the PU. But this brings us to a very important question. Why would CIG divert effort from the PU and Squadron 42 to work on Arena Commander? Well, Arena Commander provides a very safe and stable environment to test different new features and environments. It is very isolated from the PU, so it will be spared from the worst performance issues and should experience less bugs. Not only is this great for testing, but also gives players a place to practice their skills in an environment with less time sinks. But I think CIG will primarily use the mode to test new gameplay and features and experiment with balance. The important thing to note here is that CIG can update Arena Commander separately from the PU, so they don't have to wait for a major or a minor patch to apply the changes. This allows them to rotate content very quickly for testing using the experimental game modes. Also, I think that CIG will eventually extend Arena Commander to also contain various tutorial content for the persistent universe. And I am very excited to see what new game mode CIG come up with. I think it's even possible that Theaters of War will make a comeback as an Arena Commander game mode. This also gives me hope that CIG might also revive the Hangar module, which went away a few years ago in preparation for persistent hangars being introduced to the PU. But this was postponed because of the work necessary for persistent entity streaming and the outcomes of that being introduced. At the moment, I don't think we will see persistent hangars anytime soon, as I think CIG need to work on other issues with persistent entity streaming. So I think it would be nice if they brought the Hangar module back with some updates, like the ability to view holograms of ships you own that are still in the concept stage. And with that being said, that's all for tonight. What do you think? Do you like the updates to Arena Commander? Which PU locations would you like to see being used? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, fly safe, and I will see you in the verse.